Hey Vic, I got a couple for you, but first, can you tell if there's any injury update or any COVID-19 updates with your team?
The COVID updates are the same as they were yesterday. Mainly the two coaches. The injury update, I think Pat Morris has sustained an arm injury with that we're still investigating. I think it happened on the last play of the game, the PAT. Bouye will be in the concussion protocol all week. That's that independent thing that he has to go through.
Okay.
Van Nett has a foot injury that we're further evaluating. Let me see here. I think those are the ones from yesterday mainly.
Okay, and then secondly, when you punted on that opening drive of the second half, it had been, I think, 43 possessions since Drew had thrown a touchdown. Was there any point that you considered benching Drew? And
No.
Secondly to that, what was it that finally clicked for him to throw 3 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter there?
Yeah, no, I was never a consideration. The thought never did cross my mind. You just have to start playing. We were struggling as an entire offense in that game, obviously. And, when you're going 3 and out as many times as we were, it's not – your opportunities aren't going to be good. You don't have a lot of plays, and it's not going to look good. But, I thought one of the key plays in the game and was the 3rd and 8 conversion prior to Phillips' touchdown run to Deshaun. And I think that's the play that got us going. It was 3rd and 8. If we don't convert that and we punt, the whole tone of this conversation today would be probably different. It just takes one play. That was a big, big play. Then we had a big run there by Phillip, and, all of a sudden, we're back in the game. We still got a lot of work to do, but there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Next to Rhode Island.
Hey, Vic, I got 2 for you. First of all, congratulations on the win yesterday.
Hey, thanks, Ryan.
Alberto, watching the first couple of weeks, does that benefit a young player? And do you think he could be in line for a bigger role? And a follow-up after that.
I think it can benefit at times. It was forced to be watched because he had that injury in camp. We liked his progress, and kudos to him that when he's gotten his opportunities here the last 3 weeks, he's done well. He's caught the ball well. He's run with it good after the catch. Prior to the New England week, we had that week of prep, and then the game got postponed a week. The first week, he got a lot of practice time because Noah was hurt. And I thought his practice was just okay, that week. And I talked to him about it, at length one day. And since then, he's been better, both in practice and it's carried over to the game. And, we like him. Obviously, he's a good receiver. He's a big target. He runs good. And we're hoping that he continues to improve.
And then the second part I want to ask about 10 more tackles for Josey yesterday. What has he done to round out his game to become an every down fit for what you need at that position?
Yeah, Josey's been playing very well all season. Been very, very pleased by his play. He really quarterbacks the defense out there for us when he's out there. He's got the coach-to-player communication, and he's the guy that leads it for us. And he's playing his position very, very well. I think he's gotten comfortable in the system, and he's an instinctive player anyway. But once he's gotten to the point now where, because he's gotten a lot of playing time, that it's really showing. But been very, very pleased with his play.
Next one, Mike, please.
Yeah, Coach, you got some game management guff early in the year. I think the first game, and in this game, it worked out to where You had 2.5 minutes left for your offense, and you even had 1 second left for a final play. I was just wondering if you learned from that whole thing and made adjustments, and do you feel more comfortable doing it? And I have a follow-up.
No, totally comfortable with what happened in that game you're alluding to. If you crunch the numbers, you'll see what I was doing at that time, but I wasn't going to get into that discussion at that time. And really haven't changed anything as far as game management since.
And then game balls, what did you do there after there were so many?
Yeah, there's too many. Immediately after the game, I just said it was a team game ball. There was a lot of big plays that had to be made for that comeback to happen all the way to where it did. A lot of big plays. I mean, Bryce Callahan's interception in the end zone, huge. That was after we threw an interception ourselves. They get 3 points out of that. Again, we might be having a different discussion today. Obviously, all the big plays we made on offense to get those points, the 28 points that we needed, that you all can note. But there's just so many big things that happened in that game that without 1 or 2 of them, we probably don't win. And to give 1 game ball, I think would be, not appropriate. It was a team win, and they're all going to get team game balls.
Next one, Jeff Flagel.
Vic, when you went back to this morning and looked at the run defense, what did you see there? I think they had 4 runs of 18 yards. You usually don't give up those kinds of plays.
Yeah, it was disappointing there in that most of them were all of them really were fundamental errors on our part in calls that we played a lot prior, to the first half when we were playing the run good. And when we played the run better late in the game. But we had a stretch in there where fundamentally we were off, okay? And obviously when you do that, you're going to have problems, and we did have our problems.
Next one, Andy Reese.
Hey, Vic, what can the offense and Drew Lock take from how it performed in the comeback that can be applied to the rest of the game and other situations where you're not trying to rally from 2-3 scores down?
Again, I think the big things there that you get lost in it is that 3rd and 8 conversion. 3rd down hadn't been a friend of ours this year offensively. We converted that 3rd and 8, which got us going. We converted a 3rd and 16, which to Jerry, which ended up being a big play. We converted, I think, 3 of 4 3rd or 4th downs in the last drive. So the ability to convert the 3rd downs, I think, is hopefully something that we can rally on and continue to do a better job there.
Next one, Brandon Costello.
Coach, it's my understanding that your guys are off today, and tomorrow was already going to be an off day league-wide because of the voting. Had they not won last night, would they have still gotten the victory Monday, or was that a bonus? Would you have had them come in and do some film work and lifting, but the win, you gave them the 2 days off?
Well, we were going to do everything virtually today, even if we had the meetings. I don't know the answer to that. I decided to give them off in the euphoria of the moment. And also, we lost our bye week, as you guys know. So when I can give them a crumb and an extra day off there, I kind of look for it.
Guys, time for a few more. Next one, Troy.
Vic, how's the nose feeling? I see you got your Rockies swag gear on. I imagine that's from Bud Black. But how's the nose feeling? And can we see maybe a little more up-tempo? I know you talked about 3rd down conversions, but is up-tempo also a way maybe to get Drew in rhythm at times?
It's always something we consider. Definitely would consider that. The nose is feeling fine. It's one of the problems when you have a big nose. It's a big target. And it's doing good. It was bleeding pretty good there, though.
What'd you get hit by? An elbow? A helmet? Did you see a replay?
Yeah, a little bit of it was on the interception and that we threw. And just player ran into me and it kind of squished down that shield and my glasses right onto my nose and got a pretty good cut. And you boxing fans know that you bleed pretty good from there. And I had to get right because we were on defense, and that was the critical drive that followed where Bryce got the interception. So it was a little hectic there to try and stop the bleeding and for me to get my calls in.
Next one, Colin.
Hey, Vic. So another rough first half this Sunday. You've had some rough first halves going back to the start of the season. Is there anything you can put your finger on, some slow starts or mindset, or is it just kind of execution there in the first couple quarters of games?
Yeah, I don't think it's mindset. I think our guys come out ready to play. I think it's a little bit of everything, and as it relates to the offense, I think it's the third down stuff too. When you can't convert third down, even when you're running the ball good, obviously we didn't run it good yesterday in the first half, but we ran it good last week, but eventually even when you're running it good, you're going to have to convert some third downs. And I think that's been a big problem for us. And we got that solved, in the last quarter and a half yesterday. Don't know that it's solved permanently, but it's obviously, I think, a big part of what's been holding us back.
Final two, Eric and Zach.
Couple for you. First, how close was Tim Patrick to going, and what do you think his status is for this week?
He was kind of close, but really not too, because just, with it being a hamstring, he'd go out there and maybe play a little while and then get up to full speed and have a setback. So it was possible, but in my mind, unless it looked really, really good, I wasn't going to play him. And what was the other part?
For him, what are his chances for this week?
I think they're better. They'll be better this week. Obviously, when we get out there practicing, I'll be able to answer that better. But I'm hopeful that it's better chances this week.
And then Bryce Callahan kind of took some heat from the fans last year, wasn't able to play. And just what can you say about how he's rebounded this year and just his quality of play right now?
His quality of play right now has been really, really good. And we moved him around, When Bouye got hurt, we took him out of the nickel position and left him at corner. He had to move from right corner to left corner. Obviously plays the nickel for us when we can. He's back there catching punts for us. I told him last night and today again, I think that interception was probably the best play in his career. And I've seen every play in his career. And I'm not surprised by it. I mean, I was with him his entire career. He was injured last year. He had a bent screw in his foot that kept him out. I've never had a screw in my foot, but if it's bent, I don't think it's very comfortable. So, I know everybody's disappointed that we brought him in last year and he couldn't play, but he was injured. But I knew how he could play if he could stay healthy, and he's proven that this year.
Final one, Zach.
Hey, Coach, with the trade deadline approaching, are there any talks between you and John about making any moves or any talks within the organization about either acquiring players or trading them?
No, which I haven't had any discussions with John on that, which means to me nothing has been talked about seriously enough or imminent enough that he thought worthy of bringing to me.